Peace, peace. How's everybody doing? This is your brother and friend Yeshaya Israel. Okay, family. This speech that I'm going to be doing here is based upon a post that I saw earlier. And that post said that the lady essentially found that men of other races treat black women better than black men do. So I asked her, what should black men do? The answer I expected was learn how to treat a lady, learn how to treat the sisters, be a better man, step up your game, somewhere in that ballpark. And the answer that came back to me was nothing of the above that was stated, but rather was, well, they can date them if they want. So I was left to have to wonder who is they and them. And what I've noticed is in the swirling community, and by swirling I mean black female with white male, you don't generally hear things like wife and marriage. You don't generally hear things like joint account. You don't generally hear things like power couple. Now, once it comes down to black males with white females, it appears that black females are not too keen on such, while saying in one breath, oh, it doesn't matter who you date, and so forth and so on. It is still asked of the black man that's with the white woman, does he love or how does he respect his mother? I was asking, are white men who, quote, prefer black women, are they asked how they feel about their mother? As black men who prefer white women are asked about their, quote, black mother? Well, your mother was black, and therefore if you don't date or marry a black woman, then therefore you don't like even your own mother. But I was wondering and asking, not to be redundant, is the white man asked the same thing? You understand? Unless I missed it, there was no answer given to that question. What black people, be a black male or a black female, chooses to not see is that the games and the foolery that we as black men do to black women and that black women do to us as black men does not jive and rock with white people, white man or white woman. I have seen black men who've been with white women get told off, called the N-word. You understand? And you best believe if a black woman and a white man do get to marry and the marriage fails, race comes up. She will always be, if they're married, his black wife. He will never see her as one that was raised in the same neighborhood and come from the same family values, if you will. The white female with the black male does not see him as a king, if you will. White men and white women know that black people who prefer white mates do so because you can't get along with black people. It's not love for the other person who happens to be of a different race. It's a lack of love, trust, and respect and liking that you have for your own race. Even when you find, say, white men who, like I was watching the show, something about popping a balloon or whatever like that, and this white dude had said that he ain't never touched a white woman. And there's a whole line of black women that's just there like, oh, so you have to ask, what black female, Because a black woman into a white man is never going to respect being called a sister. That's just straight up. So I'm saying to you all, black female, what do you think he thinks of you? The black man that was unalived by Hannah Cobb, the guy Telvin Osborne this year, we know what he thought. He said he'd rather sleep with a dog intimately, sinfully, criminally, wickedly, than sleep with the black women. So we already know the mentality of black men who prefer white women. What they think of, quote, sisters. And sisters, sidebar, they actually gave that coon sellout guy so much energy, so much attention after his death, and even when she was cleared of the charges. Well, he got what he wanted. Good riddance. I'm going to walk my dog and blah, blah, blah. But people like Telvin Osborne, who was unalived by Hannah Cobb, black women, those kind of men don't view you as queen either. He's comparing you to an actual dog. So why even entertain that? Why, question, why do black women entertain men who don't want to build a relationship with them? You're wasting your time. It would be like if I was to be famous, right? And I try to sit there and get with a woman, not dealing with another man's lady, regardless of race, Eve or Chili from TLC. They already crossed a certain threshold mentally in their own head to where they don't want brothers. We have to ask, when it's over, to my knowledge, over 70% of black women who are not married. When we see Judge Maybelline Ephraim, may she be blessed with more years. When we see people who are doing divorce courts being the black judges, not the ones that are being seen saying, here's the wedding ring. Let me sit there and try to see if we can make these vows go into play and fruition. Not wedding coordinators, but divorce court judges that are shown even in the TV are black women. The most unmarried female on earth. So with the black family being as it is, in many cases, one parent home, do we not think before or after the internet age that white people don't know about our struggles? You don't think that black women sat there and complained to white men about black men and black men complained to white women about black women? You think they are oblivious to our foolishness as black men and women? No, they're not. And any woman of any race who has any intelligence and knows that you're dealing with her because you want to be, whether physically or spiritually, a passport bro and see what else is out there, or you are, quote, a black female who's, quote, tired of black men. These white men and women ain't stupid like we think black men and women are when we deal with each other. The kind of game that we run and the con games and the foolery, you can't do that, black women to the white man. And black man, you cannot do that to the white woman. Not to be racial, they are the masters of connery, if that's even a word. How to get over. How to create a system in another man's society. Bring people from a whole other place. And then sit there and give them taxes. They hold crafty counsel against the holy people. So this is nothing new being done, say, by them. So how do we think that the original shut the F up N-word was Becky, Susan, is going to be the solution? Because we, as black men, have a problem with Aisha and Keisha, Tamika and Ayana. The original porn star maker is the white man. So what do you think he sees you as? Peace.